Hey everyone, welcome to Whitmore's Trains. My name's Wes. Hope you guys are having a good day. So I decided I wanted to add another loop on the upper level here, so I decided to build an elevated section off of the top. This is an 054 and that's an 042. So off of this outer loop here. So what I ended up doing was buying an 054 072 switch from Ross Custom Switches. So that allows me to, I can cut anywhere on this 054 loop that I need to line up the 072 section. Let me show you guys this switch if you haven't seen one before. But it's, 054 to the left and 072 to the right. So I can line up, the 054 section, and then the 072 will spur off, so it'll be up a little bit further up. But what I end up doing here is putting a small section of 072 to line up with this straight, and the straight will go, elevated right above the rest of the non-elevated track, I guess. So, and then this is an 072, and two 096s, a small straight piece, and then 031. So what this will end up doing is, when you run on the 054 loop, you can open up an 072 switch back there that'll send the train, back through these buildings. These are the Menards buildings that have the tunnels through them. So that train will come through, pop through here, hit this 031, and then work its way around into the straight section. And this is really the only spot I could put this and not interfere with those 3 tracks there and the 2 outer tracks there. So you can see, this hasn't been done yet, but when this is done, it'll be kind of like this view. So it didn't look like it really obstructed my view much, which was one of the reasons why I've been holding off on doing this project. So, so what this really is a piece of 3-inch wide cut piece of plywood, and so right now I cut this section to to mate up to the tabletop section there. And then I'll just pocket hole that in, and then this gives me my height, because these are my tallest cars I'll have. They're old K-line and they're metal, but they're not quite as tall as MTH Premier or Lionel. Those are quite a bit more tall. They're probably much more scale too. So, but this is pretty much my limit of height. So when I took off this girder that I had that was going around here, it busted on me. So I ended up using it as a just to make sure that my height's going to be good. So when I'm done, I'll fill this triangle in, and then feather it in, and I'll have girder all the way down, and then on the back side too I'll also have girder. So it should look pretty good. So I think that's almost 6 inches from there to there, but regardless, it's enough. And I also had to make sure that it does have to go up slightly, because there's about a 1-inch rise from there clear back to there. So I tried to make it so you didn't really see it, because I wanted it to be kind of parallel when I'm like doing this shot, and you can see that it's just a little bit, actually it's pretty level. You see this one coming up because that's an incline that's going up to the city, so it's not bad, and it doesn't obstruct my view of the ravine area. So I think it's going to work out pretty well. So when I'm going to come over to this section, because I just pointed out and you maybe haven't really seen it. So this is another Ross switch. It's the only other non tin plate switch that I have. So as you can tell, it's a regular switch. So there's a height difference. So you end up having to build that up on like 1/4-inch plywood. So I'll have to do that the same on this one. So if this switch is set to to go to the back track, it'll come around, and then it'll go to the 072, we'll imagine there, and then it'll go across and around again. So, and when I'm using that, I can't obviously use the the 054 and the bridge to go back up and down into the helix. So I'll have to use the 042, and then I can either park something on the train from here to the other side of the bridge, or just leave it open, and then I can you know, as the train's coming this direction on this loop, which is the way I'll probably run it, even though I'd rather have it pop out of that building, is that if I go this way, then I can use this switch to get back into the main part of the layout and park, you know, the train on the 042, and then over there. So then I can use this, and then while that's train's down, I can bring the switch the train that was, you know, on the 042 onto this loop, you know. So lots of options there. I want, you know, you guys know I like stuff that moves. I like to have stuff moving all the time. So this will give me yet another train. So, all right, I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, throw it in the comments. Have a great day. Bye-bye.